Was doing good, so I'm so worn out. I need to sleep. Alright. Mormons don't believe or even know that they're supposed to be after the learning of the Jews. And so they don't catch all the learning of the Jews that are involved in church history. So, for example, section 110, which is sort of like keystone moment for the religion. It's the Kirtland Temple visions, where Elijah and Moses. But every Mormon only hears about Elijah. Moses and Elias are in passing, and they just move on. Nothing to see here. But Elijah, oh yeah, genealogy. Yeah, no. Learning of the Jews, Mormons. Learning of the Jews. And so, yeah. Joseph Smith even calls Jesus Christ, instead of Son Amen or Jesus Christ or Alpha and Omega, calls him Jehovah. The Hebrew English mutated phonetic version. And so the date was April 3rd, 1836. And on that day, it was Easter Sunday. They don't bother to tell you. They just say the occasion was that of a Sabbath day meeting. Not Easter Sunday? Nope. Because they weren't concerned about Easter. They were more concerned about the Jewish Passover that was in its second day. Again, learning of the Jews. And so here you have the temple, and here you have Elijah and Moses giving keys to Joseph Smith under the name of Yahweh. So, 11. And after this vision closed, the heavens were opened again unto us, and Moses appeared before us, and committed unto us the keys of the gathering of Israel from the four parts of the earth. Oh, that's missionary work, right? Yeah, wasn't that Brigham Young and his quorum of 12? Weren't they the missionaries? Isn't that the key they had? Wait, no, they claim to have the key of the kingdom. Which one is it? Who has which? Exactly. God, they messed everybody up. And so, I need to check the Stellarium program for this day. I thought about it, or got the thought about it, and I'm too tired, so I didn't want to do it, but we need to do it, because here he says, after this vision closed, the heavens were again opened unto us. So let me check the skies for that day, and I'll be back. I need to go back to bed. I don't need you. Go away. Scriptures. Alright, so there was some interesting stuff. So the whole thing that we've got here is, let's see, Let's go back to the first. So let's see. The veil was taken from our minds, and our eyes of our understanding were open, and we saw the Lord standing upon the breastwork of the pulpit before us, and under his feet were paved the work of pure gold, in color like amber. You notice it says paved work. By their works you shall know them. Faith without works is dead. Just throwing that out there. And his eyes, and even the voice of Jehovah saying, I am the first and the last. I am he who liveth. I am he who was slain. I am your advocate with the Father. Behold, your sins are forgiven you, and you are clean before me. Therefore, lift up your heads and rejoice. Let the hearts of your brethren rejoice. Let the hearts of the people rejoice, who have, with their might, built this house to my name. For behold, I have accepted this house, and my name shall be here. And I will manifest myself to my people in mercy in this house. Yea, I will appear unto my servants and speak unto them with mine own voice, if my people will keep my commandments and do not pollute this holy house. Oops. Okay. And tens of thousands, fame house will spread to foreign lands, and okay, so then Moses appears, commits the keys of the gathering. No. And after this, Elias appeared, committed the dispensation of the gospel of Abraham, and after this vision closed, Elijah appears in the mouth of Malachi. Therefore, the keys of this dispensation are committed into your hands, and by this ye may know that the great and dreadful day of the Lord is near, even at the doors. And so, 200 years later, almost, we have, on that night, as I have already placed in line for you to see after my first comments, the first that would have risen in the east. They would have seen in the sky the moon, which is the Passover moon, in conjunction with Saturn, at the feet of the woman, a virgin. She can't be a woman because she can't get pregnant. That is crucial in understanding interpretation. And so on this Easter Sunday, they're talking about having visions in the Kirtland Temple. So the next one, is that the next one? Yeah. No, that's not the next one. The next one is Pisces, where Mars and Mercury are together with the Sun in Pisces. And so both of them are now entering into Pisces at 11, so it would be, that's East Coast time, so it would be 2 more hours, so 1 p.m. It would be in the noon sky. Then Venus was all by her little lonesome in Taurus, the sacrificial bull. And then Jupiter, who becomes the coming of Christ, born of the woman, on the 23rd of September 2017. And so Gemini. And so the Jehovah character is not Jupiter, because that doesn't correspond. But that comes first, and therefore we have the moon with Saturn. Now, if you're going, Travis, this is all astrology. You don't know what astrology is, let alone what astronomy is. If you're going to claim astrology, as I had to ban somebody from my channel for not understanding and thinking he was going to be abusive and make a comment and think that all people would see it. Nope, bye. This is all astronomy, guys. The Smiths had a Holiness to the Lord parchment, which is a star chart, which is Jewish mystical. And there was use of it for the Knights Templar of the York Rites that they were a part of. But that's why they joined the two together. Two great tastes that taste great together. And so the night when they went and got the plates, notice it was the same time year after year. Notice that it's the warning voice to America. What is the first chapter saying? In the first year of the reign of King Zedekiah, king of Judah. And who was Zedekiah? Well, he was the puppet king of Babylon. Babylon came in, conquered Judah, and put Zedekiah on the throne, replacing the original king of Judah. And so then Lehi has a dream. And what is his dream? Oh, the sign of the Son of Man, in the first year of the reign of King Zedekiah. And so when you see or read from the Joseph Smith history that Joseph supposedly gets these buried treasure plates, exactly like the Knights Templar are said to have done in southern Illinois in those caves, where Joseph himself says that in the cave of the hill Cumorah there are a whole ton of treasure plates in Egyptian. Huh. Sure, it has nothing to do with the Knights Templar whatsoever, let alone the two solar eclipses over America that cross in that location, of which the Knights Templar were intending to build Zion and New Jerusalem in that location during that time period. But an Illuminati got formed and decided, hey, why don't we have our own New World Order during that time period and destroy the hopes of all of Christianity and replace it with Luciferian doctrine and subject everybody into bondage after we slaughter them with a viral outbreak in Doctrine and Covenants section 45 verse 31. Yeah. I can't put every bit of information in here for you. If you are only coming to this video and you're getting upset because this isn't what you've been taught to learn, okay, bye. No reason for you to stick around and be abusive. So yes, that's when the sign of the Son of Man occurs. September 23rd, 2017, the first year of the reign of King Trump. He's now told us we will get rid of the ballots. Yep, you cannot get rid of a wicked king, says Mosiah in Mosiah 29. And we see the outcome as King Jacob helps fracture the United States. I mean, the states of the Nephites. Jacob meaning usurper. And then comes Jesus, because it's an actual historical document, not a symbolic coded document. Right, Mormons? as long as we don't listen to the critics who say that the Book of Mormon is plagiarized, and as long as we don't actually do any study of the Book of Mormon, we just claim we believe, then it's true according to our beliefs. And we can live in ignorance and be saved in ignorance. Right, Mormons? You can be saved in ignorance, right? You don't know that scripture, do you? You cannot be saved in ignorance. You have to learn. You have to know. You have to do your study. And so, then in verse 9, he talks about an endowment with which my servants have been endowed in this house. And of course, that refers to the oath and covenants, loyalty oaths to the church, and you have to commit suicide if you reveal the secrets and all that stuff, right? Because Joseph Smith, did that after 1830 or 42, right? This is 36. His temple had nothing to do with any of the endowment ceremony that we now have, even though Benson changed it to remove this part that freaked me out on my first day. On May 6th, 1989. Yes, I'm that old. And taking out the preacher. Don't mess with the preacher, man. And a whole bunch of other stuff was taken out. And women were no longer told to obey their husband, but now they were being told to hearken unto the counsel of your husband as he hearkens unto the counsel of the Father. And that's now gone. Unless that was one of the things that Nelson put back, because Mormons got confused. Oh, I don't have to obey my husband anymore. See ya, honey. I don't have to listen to you. No, son. My wife won't listen to me anymore. She won't do what I say. Tell her to do what I say. No more veil for women, and women can now wear slacks instead of dresses. Not in the temple yet, sorry women. But missions and church. God. Yeah, none of that was with Joseph. Not even the magic underwear. Nope, didn't have it. And so critics love to point out, hey, Joseph wasn't wearing his magic underwear when he was murdered. That's why he was murdered, Mormons. He didn't have a shield and protection against bullets. He wasn't like Superman. As I see, I've got my Superman curl this morning. God. Well, at least the sarcasm is keeping me up to do this video. I know that once I finish, it's just all my strength will be gone and I will collapse. And you won't see this video until tonight when I wake up and go, oh, am I? And so, yeah, the first thing does appear that Saturn is being referred to as Jehovah. And with the moon. And so then you have Pisces, the two guys, Moses and Elias. And then Elijah is Venus. And so, yeah, Jupiter was not a part of it for that day. Assuming that there's no secret information that was held back from us, if I were to look in the Joseph Smith papers under this section, like section 131. Remember, Joseph Smith was a polygamist rapist of 14-year-old girls, right? So no man, one woman can enter into exaltation, right? Yeah, don't see the Joseph Smith papers. It's fake news. 131, don't do it. Don't do it. No, I told you not to. Oh, you guys are such rebels. I'm not linking you to it, so you have to type it in the Google search. Alright, so yeah, that's what was going on. But this is Passover, guys. Do you guys know anything about Passover? Yeah, what is it about? Oh, Moses and the Exodus? Oh, really? What happened first? Did the Exodus happen first or the Passover? Because Passover is around the New Year for the Jews, Abib. But what's this about Passover coming first and then the Exodus in the New Year, which the Bible writer put it as Abib? Are we sure that it's in spring? Wouldn't it be more accurate, as Moses is the key of the gathering, to be during the harvest time? You know, like September, October, somewhere around there? Are we sure? Yes. We just had the New Year for the Jews, the civil New Year. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, and as our Constitution is worthless right now. Nobody wants to stand up and say, hey, we have a Constitution, you need to follow it. Because nope, it'll be like Tiananmen Square, where the single person standing up against the army of America, of the Illuminati, will gun them down with their tanks. Although I think that one guy did stop it. Isn't that the whole point of celebrating Tiananmen Square? Which, of course, China suppressed this year. So yeah, what is this key that Moses gave to Joseph Smith? Don't do it, Travis. No, Mormons can't handle the truth. Apparently that simple little phrase, you can't handle the truth, is copyright protected? YouTube, no. It's far less than 10% of the whole movie. That's just the first issue in not being a copyright violation. Oh, but gee, as long as I don't monetize that video where I used it, they'll allow me to keep it. Oh, gee, you're so kind that you've changed the laws of the copyrights to protect me. God. All right, what am I doing? Key of Moses. Notice how Jesus in the gospel narratives talks about how the Pharisees all want to sit on the throne of Moses. There's a throne of Moses? And the Pharisees all want to sit in it? Huh. There's only one place for Key of Moses, Mormons. Section 110. What? No. That was... No. Office of Moses. Two places. Oh, man. 107. Yeah, this was the chapter that was supposed to be the process for selecting the successor to Joseph, and after he was slaughtered, shot in the back, very sad. I've done the videos, Mormons. That's why I'm so sarcastic against the church. Willard Richards shot him in the back, and they all covered it up under the orders of Brigham Young. Okay, and again, 91 of section 107. The duty of the president of the office of the high priesthood is to preside over the whole church and to be like unto Moses. That is the key that Moses gave to Joseph Smith in 1836. To be a seer, a revelator, a translator, and a prophet, having all the gifts of God. And so in 124, when Brigham Young gets the key of the kingdom, no, there's more to it than that. To preach the gospel. That's it. That was his key. To preach. He was a missionary in the missionary committee, the missionary quorum. That was it. That was all. And he exalted himself with the murder of Joseph, having Willard Richards shoot him in the back. That coward. So here we are, with an inverted pentagram on our temple in Salt Lake. This church does not belong to Nelson. None of them since Brigham Young. It is not their church. So, section 103, 16. Therefore I will raise up unto my people a Mormon man. If you can't figure out my people and what that means, who shall lead them like as Moses, like the children of Israel. Did you know that Moses didn't even have the office of Moses when he did the Exodus? He had to confront Pharaoh with his serpent staff and say, I am to have this office, Pharaoh. Step down. That's what really happened, guys. And Pharaoh said, no. 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 And then came the coronavirus and wiped out his firstborn, birthright blessing son and heir to the throne. The dynasty ended with the death of Pharaoh's son. Moses then took over. That's what really is being referred to there. And it's all about the latter days. And so we don't have a theocracy in America. We have a government and we have a religion. And both must be restored. And so where does Joseph Smith get this from? This gathering, leading to build Zion and all that. Well, then you have to go to Jeremiah chapter 23, because that's where he's getting it from. Past it. Oh, God. Yeah. So verse 5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch. A branch? People aren't branches. Oh, it must be genealogy. A descendant. Well, why didn't they just say a descendant? Because it's not referring to it's referring to the Egyptian document that discusses the battle between Horus and Set. Ezekiel also talks about it. It says, I give unto you a parable, son of man. An eagle shall take from the top of the cedars of Lebanon, where the branch came from, of whom Osiris, his casket, beached there in Babylon, which was now Lebanon, Beirut, where the big explosion occurred. And there a cedar of Lebanon grew. And so Isis sent out her missionaries to recover the body of Osiris, bring him back to Egypt, and the king of Babel, yes, Babel, Tower of Babel. Yeah, it has nothing to do with Babylon and Ur. Turned the cedar of Lebanon into the Dej pillar that is the symbol of Osiris. And and so Horus comes from the cedar of Lebanon as the eagle takes it to America. Because remember, that's where he's supposed to be from. That's where all of this is going to happen. Oh, you thought Jerusalem because the New Testament used their story prophecies to tell you it was Jerusalem? Well, what about Moses? It was Egypt for him. Are you sure it's not Egypt that all this is supposed to happen? You've got to interpret correctly, guys. So the restoration of the kingdom of David. That's what we're talking about here in Jeremiah. That's what all Jews know and look for. In his days, the restorer of the kingdom of David, Judah shall be saved. Did Jesus of the Gospels save the Jews in his days? No. The Jews got slaughtered by the Romans. There was no Savior. You need to understand that. And Israel shall dwell safely. Lord, our righteousness. And so therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. No more be talking about the Exodus. Instead, they'll be talking about this man like Moses, who will bring up and lead the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. That's the key of the gathering of Moses, the office of Moses. There is no other office higher. This is it, and it does not belong to Nelson. We are not Christian. We follow the learning of the Jews. I can even go to the Book of Mormon for you. 13. When they start talking about it. Yeah. And it's around 40, I believe. Okay. I behold other books come forth. Okay, so 40. And the angel spake unto me, saying, these last records which thou hast seen among the Gentiles shall establish the truth of the first. It's not it. We need to go back to where he first talks about the book. After plain and precious things, wherefore thou seest the book, after thou goest forth by the hand of the 12. Okay, wherefore these things go forth from the Jews to the Gentiles. The angel said unto me, look unto me, thou hast beheld that the book proceedeth forth from the mouth of a Jew. Okay. 23. Behold. Oh, there we go. Okay. Nephi, Gentiles were gone out of captivity. Came to pass I, Nephi, beheld that they did prosper in the land, and I beheld a book, and it was carried forth among them. And the angel said unto me, knowest thou the meaning of the book? And I said, I know not. And he said, behold, it proceedeth forth out of the mouth of a Jew. And I, Nephi, beheld it, and he said unto me, the book that thou hast beheld it is the record of the Jews, which contains the covenants of the Lord, which he hath made unto the house of Israel, and it containeth many of the prophecies of the holy prophets, and is a record like unto the engravings upon the plates of brass, which were in Egyptian, which are supposed to be restored under King David, the descendant of King David, to restore the kingdom of David, who is to be called Emmanuel, Son God. And save that we're not so many, nevertheless they contain the covenants of the Lord. You know, where is that? Oh, it's the Book of Mormon, Travis. No, it's not the Book of Mormon, Nelson. He's the only prophet who ever said the Book of Mormon was the fulfillment of Ezekiel 37. The Book of Mormon itself says it's the brass plates. which he hath made unto the house of Israel. Wherefore they are of great worth unto the Gentiles. And then Joseph Smith, what does he do? He gets papyri. What does he name the papyri? The Book of Abraham, and Mormons, the Book of Joseph. What? Wait, what? And what was he doing with them? He was adding in scripture into the Bible, which is the book of the Jew, Book of Judah, Stick of Judah, Stick of Joseph, Book of Joseph, papyri, which he names Joseph. God, they have blinded too many Mormons, caused so much heartache. And so yes, proceedeth forth out of the mouth of a Jew. And when it proceeded forth from the mouth of a Jew, it contained the fullness of the gospel of the Lord. And what language did it come from, Mormons? No, not Greek. Egyptian. The Egyptian records contain the fullness of the Bible. We just need somebody who knows how to decipher Egyptian petroglyphs to assemble them into the full text of the Bible. I wonder if anybody can do that. Can anybody do that? I wonder. So yeah, Nelson can't. He's supposed to have those keys. They never claim them. The solemn assemblies and all of the conferences. Pay attention to this October conference, guys. When you are all sitting on your couches watching, because I know you're going to watch, right? The first digital thing was the lowest ratings ever. But, yeah. Pay attention. No translation. However, we've got Yom Kippur coming Monday. Uh-oh. But, as long as Nelson doesn't reveal the secrets of the Lord to us, then everything's okay, right? It'll just pass us by. Nothing will happen. Like when a lion roars and nobody hears the lion roar, then it's safe, right? Isn't that what it means? Yeah, Amos 3:7. That's what it means. As long as the prophets are silent, nothing will happen. They have to tell us, otherwise it cannot happen. So they've not told us anything about the signs in the heavens that have all been occurring because they haven't been occurring, Travis. The prophets haven't said it, therefore it hasn't happened. I'm telling you, they're never going to happen again. Never. You cannot get those kinds of conjunctions that we've been having. They are so extremely rare. And not just rare, they're made rare to the 100 billionth infinity power. Because they're all happening in the same lump of time. This has never happened in the Earth's history. And it will never happen again. That's why I'm so frustrated banging my head, because mental health will drive you mad. Mormons just don't get it. They are science deniers, and they don't understand that they're science deniers. They go in and take science at school. They go into scientific fields, and they're clueless when it comes to religion. I mean, what did you think the signs in the heavens were? Oh, it's a mystical thing. Oh, I get to believe whatever I want. Oh, I think the moon is now in conjunction with the sun. Oh, look, the sun's out, therefore I'm right. No. In fact, next week, the moon will be clear on the opposite side of the zodiac. So, yeah, now I'm already feeling the crash. Oh, man. Yeah, there we go.